All right, welcome. So today we're going to be taking a look at one of the first of the March 2023 new collections, which is Sci-Fi Weapons, which, I've been waiting for this one. Since I knew that it was on the release roster, I've been waiting to try it out. And so I'm really excited to get in and show you how useful it is and how much fun I had using it in some of my workflows. So this collection has 1,983 sounds, and it spans across 9 different Reaper sub projects. So we have quite a variety of material in here to play around with. Pretty much, I didn't feel like anything was left out or that I was really missing much of anything, to be honest with you. So this one is definitely a big collection. It covers a lot of ground. Some of the sub project types that we're going to find in here, we'll find obviously different types of weapons, but there's also some buffs and then some impacts and then a ricochet pass-by project in here. As far as the individual weapons, we have an assault rifle, there's a cannon, there's pistol, sniper rifle, and then a submachine gun. And there's also a special series of weapons, which are a rocket launcher and then some sort of torpedo weapon. So there's, they're just kind of both contained within that project together. So with all that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at our first project, the assault rifle. Getting familiar with the basic structure of this sub-project, this is going to be obviously very similar as we go through all the different weapons and different sub-projects. So we have a body, a mechanic layer, a transient layer, punch, tail, and then this synthetic layer here. So this is kind of how these weapons are all broken up. There's also a looping composite and then layers for loops for beam weapons and that sort of thing. There's a couple of different beam weapon options with some of these. The Foley tracks and the Foley composite obviously have layers as well. There's a start and end for all the reload sounds, and then an additional Foley layer here and a weight layer. Something also worth pointing out is there's regions for each different layer of the weapons. So each of those layers could be rendered out very easily or transferred into Wise using ReaWise, super easy. Or you always have the composite, so you can just render out an entire composite of the whole weapon sound as you have it inside of the project. So the big important feature for this particular collection is going to be the weapon size parameter, which is basically a way that you can kind of automate different changes within each instance of the Enrage plugin. So there's a bunch of different Enrage plugins instantiated on all these different tracks, which I'll show you here quickly. But the overall effect is that you can control the perceived size of the weapon shot sounds, and it's super effective. So let's just go ahead and take a listen to that a little bit here. I can't get over how much an important tool this could be, where you have tons of weapons you'd be working on for a project. Being able to tweak them all with this sort of help, it makes you much more able to focus on the creative things, or actually giving the weapons for your project more personality rather than having to go in and tweak something like the way that the transients are being shaped or just the overall structure of it. So this parameter is, in my opinion, one of the best time-saving tools that I've seen in any of the collections so far. And I had quite a bit of fun playing around with it. All right, the next project I'm going to jump into is going to be the cannon. But before we do, let's just take a quick listen to some of the Foley and some of the actions outside of just the shots in here quick. So this, I want to focus on just giving you a sense of the different shot types. The cannon has a lot in particular. So let's check it out here. All right, so you have projectile, laser, plasma, electricity, and then like a laser beam. So 2 different kinds of beam shots, and then 3 different kinds of actual individual projectiles. So one thing is definitely special is the beams, like I was sort of mentioning before. So you have for each beam, there's an actual shot, and then there's a shot stop, and then you have the loop right here. Again, just with the ability to customize the actual size of these weapons with that weapon size modulator and all the different types of shot material, you could very quickly just have an array of weapon sounds ready to go for your project very easily. So they really just kind of compound on each other. It's really cool. Jumping into the special sub project. This one I'm just going to focus on actually auditioning and listening to the different layers. It's visually, I found one of the easier ones to look at. So let's go ahead and check this out. So at the end of the day, that's kind of really one of the biggest strengths is you have like the at the very minimum a skeleton of what you can use for these weapons, and it just it takes the focus for you in a different direction to where you can actually think about the personality of the weapons that you're trying to create rather than having to stress about getting something that's functional in there. You can just spend time having fun and adding additional textures to these and kind of seeing how you can evolve them as natural as possible on your own and just focus on being as creative as you want to be without having to worry so much about getting things in there. All right, thanks again for watching. Make sure you like the video and be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can kind of see the new collections as they're coming out. I'll be demonstrating obviously features for each one. So hopefully you've been enjoying the series. If you have any comments or any questions, you can please just leave those below and we'll try to get to them or we'll try to kind of, see if we can help you out if you do have any problems or anything. And with that, I'll just kind of play out the rest of this little demonstration that I have. And be sure to check out some of the other videos for the March 2023 collections. So yeah, thank you again and take care.